Imagine waking up each and every day without having access to fresh, clean water. We take for granted the fact that we can easily brush our teeth 3 times a day and even shower, but those who are located in poor and underdeveloped countries such as Nigeria aren't as fortunate. Due to Nigeria's poor water supply system and the contact it has with sewage, their water is highly unsafe for drinking, which adds a difficulty to their everyday lives. Developed countries such as the United States are almost free from the problem of water pollution. We take it for granted quite often of what we have in our lives, and the resource of water is definitely one of those. Today, I'm going to be talking to you specifically about the lack of clean water that Nigeria has and what can be done on a global level to fix this issue. I serve as a credible source to talk about this topic because this problem has not only caught my attention, but it has service to the national level, which has motivated me to find a solution to this devastating problem. I have also engaged in credible sources of information that will be supporting me throughout my speech. In regards to my main points, I will be first referencing the need for change regarding the lack of supplyable water in Nigeria. I will then move on to my second point of explaining my solution to this global problem. And finally, I will talk about the practicality of my plan. With these intentions in mind, let's get to it. It is no secret that Nigeria is in a huge crisis regarding their shortage of water. With a lack of sanitary water for drinking and sanitation purposes, this can cause fatigue, weakness, dizziness, or even nausea. According to WaterAid, a quote from a woman named Hawa Musa in Nigeria states, "All my life, everything has been about water. I want to have a bath, there is no water. I want to wash my clothes, no water. Always everything is no water, and there is no water." Hawa, along with other women, can either choose to walk to a river an hour away, or walk to a pond that is 20 minutes away. The pond is shared with livestock, frogs, germs, and unknown diseases, but since it is close, that is what their main source consists of. 2 of her children have died from typhoid, an infectious bacterial fever, which could have been prevented with access to safe water. This compelling story is what should encourage us all to not sit around anymore and to take action in finding a solution to this ongoing problem. When you compare your situation to those of the individuals in Nigeria, it has surely helped to put our life struggles into perspective when seeing that our issues aren't as big as what their country deals with on a daily basis. Next, I would like to discuss my plan for change. In terms of changing a broken system, it is more than important to bring awareness to this cause. According to an article that was written in 2015 titled "Overcoming Nigeria's Water and sanitation coverage rates in Nigeria are among the lowest in the world." The summary goes on to state that Nigeria is in the bottom 25 countries worldwide in terms of sanitation coverage. It is also estimated that fewer than 34% of Nigerians have access to adequate sanitation and less than 6% have access to running water. In terms of my plan for change, I believe that we should continue on the path of finding ways to outsource our materials by gaining company sponsors to help with outreach towards the country of Nigeria. By finding ways to help install clean water and sanitation practices, this is the best way to initiate a change. When it comes to finding a solution to help facilitate the building of more sanitary water options, the next best step would be finding resources and companies that are willing to do it. According to the African Journal of Agricultural Research, this problem is being worked towards by enforcing hygiene practices to adding programs that help aid sanitation. A goal of this article was to enforce the idea of creating a source that is no more than 400 meters from their living point. As of now, women spend 40 billion hours a year walking for water. Providing access to clean water would help to abolish this harm and put less stress on the Nigerian population. Another key player for the change is a program called UNICEF. As they work in collaboration with the government, partners, and stakeholders, the implementation ideas would have improved water sources and would help in reducing morbidity related to waterborne diseases. The goal of their program is to contribute at least 20% improvement in the number of people benefiting from their changes that they want to implement. Recent data of UNICEF shows that a total of 6,960 safe water sources have been constructed in 36 areas in Nigeria, which has helped to increase not-so-morbid results. Based on these changes that have been talked about and implemented, it is clear to see that our next step forward would be find companies, donors, and sponsors who are supportive of this plan. According to World Bank Management, the road to a cleaner and greener Nigeria is not a short one, but it reflects the broader problem as the country continues to grow. We want to be a change of leaving behind toxic waste, of health issues, and progressing forward with the transformation of implementing better and more applicable water systems. So the next question to address is, where do we start? Well, the answer comes pretty easily. We need to start by being the change we want to see for the near future. By starting with advertisements and outreaching to supporters of a cause like this, there could easily be a team of ambassadors formed to help in any way to solve this problem. Regardless of the time frame, I would like to implement more sanitary areas and closer water source for those who spend their time walking all day. As far as how ethical these actions are, they are very reasonable, and these changes would help to benefit those who are affected by these hardships. And lastly, when it comes to practicality, the plan and ideals for helping provide cleaner water to Nigeria is very workable. I believe it is realistic to gain funding and volunteers because there are already people out there who have a passion for helping Nigeria and their water source. According to the One Drop Project, the civil society is organized to take on a leadership role to guarantee its sustainability for making an impact with sanitation and clean water. The government is also in support of this development and allows the population to take an active role in production of making water sources more available. The advantages also outweigh the disadvantages because the effects of this change are highly regarded worldwide. If this change is to be made, there will be way more positive effects versus negative effects, which is why this change is a necessary one. The main counter-arguments could include if it is hard to get a team down to the site to help in fixing this problem and not knowing what condition their states are in. Supplies are also a big factor when it comes to knowing what to bring when going out to make a change for the people in Nigeria. To wrap things up, I would like to thank you all for letting me talk in front of you today. I hope that you now have a better understanding of how much an effect unsanitary water has on the people of Nigeria and other countries alike, and that you want to help them as much as I do. Today I provide you with some background information on the negative effects of unhealthy water and the living situation that is in Nigeria. Next, I explain why unsanitary water in Nigeria has become a global problem. And finally, I provide you with solutions of how you can make a difference. If there's one thing that you can take away from this speech, that is to use your newfound knowledge and to take action. Because no matter the conditions of someone's life, we all want to live healthy and happy. So the next time you grab a glass of fresh, clean water, save another glass for those who are in need. Thank you.